911, what's your emergency?
My mom has had a stomach ache and now she's collapsed on the floor. Please send help.
You know, women sometimes don't exhibit the most common symptoms. They're more likely to have back pain or nausea or sometimes they think that they're having indigestion because of the nausea and the pain through their back. Well, I had been sick for a couple of days running a very high temperature, like 103, 104 degrees. So it's probably the sickest I've been in a long time. And I had gone to urgent care on a Sunday and I had strep throat. Didn't know that I had strep throat. So I was on antibiotics and of course had stayed home Monday because I wasn't 24 hours on antibiotics or fever free. So it was Tuesday morning, June 5th of 2012, and my alarm is usually set around 6 o'clock to get up for work, and at 5:30 in the morning I sat straight up in bed having chest pain and pain down my left arm. And I got up and went to the kitchen, got a glass of water, grabbed my antibiotic and some ibuprofen, and came in and sat on the couch and drank the glass of water, tried to let it pass. After about 20 minutes of having the chest pain and the pain down the arm, I started to break out in a cold sweat. So I went ahead and got in the shower and got ready for work because, I had to keep moving with my day so I could go to work. I already stayed home a day because I was sick, so I didn't want to miss another day of work. About 2:30, I had walked down to my boss's office to ask her some questions. I was working on a report for her. And while I was sitting in her office, I started having the same chest pain again. And, right here, it's stabbing me. And she was talking to me, I kind of went like this and kind of grabbed, myself here. And she just asked if I was okay. And I said, well, yeah, I think I'm fine. I told her what was going on. And she just said, well, if you need to sit here, go ahead and, sit here for a little while. And I said, oh, no, I can sit in my office as well as I can sit in yours. So I got to get this done. I'll go on and go back to my office. So as I was walking down the hallway, our offices were at two different ends of the hall. I got about halfway down the hallway and I was to the point where the pain was much more intense and I was almost starting to be out of breath. And so I grabbed a coworker from their office and asked her to walk with me, and we went into my office and I called over to my physician's office who had been treating me for the strep throat, and I said, just said, well, this is happening again. I think, I don't, what should I do? Basically, I just asked him, what do I need to do? And I was talking to the nurse. I could hear him in the background, and then the nurse is like, well, he says you need to go to the ER. So me not thinking anything's really happening at this point, I shut off my computer, packed up my briefcase, and my coworker's standing there and she's like, so what did they say? And I said, well, I need to go to the ER. I just said, come watch me walk. The building I work in at Public Health is right behind the emergency room there. So she came to the side door and watched me walk across the parking lot to the ER. So I actually walked myself into the ER. And by the time I got there, I couldn't even hardly tell them who I was when I got to the desk. The pain, was so intense and I was out of breath. And luckily, one of the nurses there knew me personally, and she had heard someone was coming over from Public Health, never imagined it was me. They then proceeded to give me nitroglycerin, a tablet underneath my tongue, and waited 5 minutes, and it hadn't really done anything. Gave me another one, waited 5 minutes, hadn't really done anything. They gave me a third one, and it had started to take the edge off. They knew at that point that there was no question that I had definitely a heart attack. I was 29 at the time. mean, I think the most important thing that I can take away from all this is it doesn't matter if you're a man or if you're a woman or if you're 60 years old or 20 years old. If you're exhibiting any of the signs of a heart attack, chest pain, pain down your arm, shortness of breath, heaviness in the chest, nausea, back pain, pain that up your neck into your jaw, make sure that you go get checked out. What's it gonna hurt to get checked out? You know, they tell you, you know, there's nothing wrong, or, you know, you're not having a heart attack. But if you don't get checked out, you know, you might not be here